Hello, good afternoon, Facebook land. This is Chris Pickard at Body in Balance in Hertfordshire, and I am talking this week about heart disease. And I'm going to hopefully dispel some myths and try and point you in the right direction of where to get the best possible advice. So you don't just get treatment, you actually get cured. And there's a big difference, which if you keep on listening, you'll find out. So hello Jackie, hello Kath. So, and hello again Jackie, right. So, I'm going at a different time today because I'm going to be really busy at 5 o'clock. So, sorry for those of you tuning in at 5 and you just get a replay. Hello Suman. So, heart disease. There you go, my lovely picture drawn earlier. Heart disease. There are lots and lots and lots of myths and there's lots of things going on about it. Now, I am not a heart disease expert. Please don't just take what I'm talking about as absolute gospel. Please follow the links where you will find, which I will post with the post at some point and with the video once this goes onto YouTube as well. I will post links as to where to get expert information, so that if you know people with heart disease, which is probably a lot of people. Hello Louise, so what do I mean? And hello Alexia as well. So what do I mean by heart disease and what is meant by heart disease? Well, there's all kinds of things. There's arteriosclerosis or atherosclerosis. There's also strokes as well. There's high blood pressure problems as well. There's heart valve problems. There's atrial fibrillation. There's a whole range of different heart problems. And throughout the week, I'm going to be talking about individual problems and perhaps individual strategies that you can start applying to both prevent heart problems and also to treat them by me pointing you in the direction of heart specialists. So, the first thing that I really want to talk about though is of course the S word, statins and cholesterol. I mean, who knows people on statins? Well, I know, of course, loads and loads and loads of people on statins, and people are put on statins because of cholesterol. Now, if you've already watched a lot of my videos, then you know that cholesterol really is not an enemy. And in fact, cholesterol is not even the #1 enemy of heart disease. And this is a medical fact. Okay. Hello, Donna. It's not even known, it's even in the full-on medical circles and all the medical literature, it really does say that, you know, cholesterol is just a secondary item in heart disease. It's not a primary cause at all. And secondary basically means it's associated with it. It's not a cause. And I'm just going to delve in a little bit deeper. Okay, so I'm going to stick with red because of arteries. Okay, here's a nice thick artery wall, lots of muscle in here. Okay, and so arteriosclerosis and cholesterol. Okay, the problem is you get a build-up, I think it's actually underneath this layer, of plaque, and it basically can start bulging up and it fills in the gaps, and so there's less and less room for the red blood cells to get through. So you end up basically with blockages. So what's that? So basically, and this is of course doctors have you, well, doctors even believe that this is cholesterol, but it's not just cholesterol, it's part of the plaque. I mean, another thing in there is calcium, but you don't see doctors trying to lower calcium. Why is there this focus on just lowering cholesterol, and why did it get there in the first place? Well, the why is quite simple. The reason plaque builds up is because of damage to the muscle. If this is damaged and for some reason your body hasn't got what it needs to properly repair it, it puts on a bit of plaque, a bit like a bit of plaster, okay, to actually cover over the area and wait until you've actually got what you really need to heal it, which one of the biggest things that you need is not cholesterol, you need vitamin C. And there's a lot of evidence that's now showing that really that arterial sclerosis and most heart disease is not actually too much cholesterol, it's a lack of vitamin C. Vitamin C is what's needed to repair the arteries. You need some other things, but vitamin C is one of the major components. And the reason this mechanism of putting down plaque and fat happen is because over the winter months, so in most climates, there's no fresh fruit and vegetables. And because vitamin C degrades over time, it means that over winter, most populations naturally would have hardly any vitamin C. And so if you damage an artery for whatever reason, you need some way to stop it ripping open and bleeding into the rest of your body or bleeding into your brain. So what happens is the body takes something like cholesterol, mixes it with a bit of calcium, sticks it onto the artery wall, and then as a makeshift job, and then over summer what happens is you get much more fresh food and phytonutrients and all the things you need to properly repair the artery wall, make it elastic again, and the plaque disappears and you go back to a normal artery for the rest of summer. That is apparently what should be happening. But of course, so what happens if you've got a lack of vitamin C and then you start lowering cholesterol? Well, if you've got a lack of vitamin C and you start lowering cholesterol, yes, you might stop this build up so much, you might even reverse it for a bit, but if it's there to prevent damage, what does this mean in the long run? Because surely if lowering cholesterol really saved lives, why, of all the people on cholesterol lowering drugs, it takes 300 people on cholesterol lowering drugs, statins, for one person to benefit? Now you might be thinking, well, that's fine, one person benefited. But of the 299, how many of those have side effects? How many of those have problems? And surely, if the answer is actually vitamin C, and vitamin C is cheaper than statins, why not just give people vitamin C, which also we know helps prevent cancers, it helps to prevent strokes, it helps boost the immune system, it helps in so many different areas. Why? I don't know. And hello, Mr. Tiny Tony, I won't reveal your true name. Okay. So vitamin C, and that's the biggest thing that I want everyone to get home about, is statins and vitamin C. And so ask your doctor, if you're on statins, ask your doctor if he knows what the role of cholesterol is. Talk to them about, you know, nutrition and diet. Because again, the other thing, the single best way, okay, the single best way to actually prevent heart disease is by having a good varied diet. Okay, it blows everything else out of the water, even exercise. It blows everything out of the water. Mediterranean diet, a diet high in lots of vegetables, lots of phytonutrients, lots of fruits, nuts, seeds, olive oil, things like that, blows everything out of the water. Okay? And so good varied diet beats statins hands down. And statins are only looking at a secondary cause anyway. With some other talks in the rest of the week, I will go through other tests you can do, including what may actually be the real cause, other than just vitamin C, a lack of vitamin C, what could be leading to the sudden heart attacks and the sudden problems. Okay, because it's not a fatty diet. It's not fats at all. So vitamin C. And the other thing to think about is, one of the things that people are thinking with this whole cholesterol idea is the fact that you've got this cholesterol floating in the body and it just sticks to the artery wall. It becomes sticky. It just sticks to the artery wall. Okay, now the arteries are muscular because they're actually, you know, they've got to be a lot stronger because this is where the blood that's coming from the heart's coming from. And there's now thought that actually the arteries are maybe even possibly helping with the pushing of the blood. Maybe. Stress certainly adds in there. I'm very sorry to hear that, Alexia, about your father. What is yeah, so basically if it's to do with sort of things sticking to it, then why aren't our veins completely sticky with cholesterol? Because surely there's cholesterol in your veins, not just in your arteries. And in the veins, that's supposedly the return of the blood, and that's where there's meant to be like very slow but it's not a high pressure system, the venous system. So if you've got something sticky, like in a river, if you have a slow moving river, that's where the silt happens, not in a fast flowing river. So again, it just really blows holes in the whole idea of why do we only get arterial sclerosis? Why don't we get venous sclerosis? Because It's not down to cholesterol. And remember, only 60% of people who have a heart problem have high cholesterol. The other 40% have normal or low cholesterol. Are they just unlucky? Is there something else going on? Yes, you know that there is now. So the rest of the week I'm going to go through what tests, a simple at-home test you can do for yourself, what tests to ask your doctor about, some other causes of heart disease that aren't being looked at, and of course I will talk about remedies. And yeah, that's it for today, and tomorrow I will start talking about some doctors that you want to listen to. Just that my time is short today here, so thank you for watching, everyone. Live long and prosper. If you know someone on statins, if you know someone with heart disease, please share this video with them and get them to watch the rest of the videos through the week, because I'm going to tell them who they should be going and seeing and talking to and listening to. Vitamin C should be safe for everyone, certainly in a low dose. But apparently you need about 3 grams a day. But before going on higher doses of vitamin C, please consult with a healthcare practitioner. Don't just go out and do it. Okay, be well, everyone.